Hello and welcome to DeWitt 3D on this wonderful Sunday night. Actually, it's welcome to doing it with DeWitt. Thank you, everybody who's here. Let me move my chat window from there over to here. Oh, man, right away, look at this. Gotta love it.
Super Chat.
Thank you, Brune and Gems, for the $5 Super Chat for a pew pew. Yes, we're switching it up a little bit tonight. We're going to do a laser that I've had sitting on my floor for a while. I had it sent to me. I'll just get it away up front. Atomstack sent me this laser to open and review and build, etc. So we're going to open her up tonight and get it put together and see if within the 2 hours, number one, if I can get it put together and if we can just fire it up a little bit and just make sure it works. I can't burn a big job in this little space yet. I haven't got my ventilation totally set up, but it'll be interesting to see how this laser looks. So wonderful. So we have our early birds, our standard early birds like Brendan Wilson and David Wilson. You guys brothers? Oh, sure. I just noticed the same last name. HVAC A to Z is here. Printerpron is here. And Andrew Osmond is here. And, of course, Brune and Gems. And we have James Gator here. And 3D printing newbie Milan. Hello, everybody. And I think Matt German just snuck his way in here. Matt, I didn't mention giveaway. Are you in the right stream? And then we have Auto Drop 3D. Why is my chat not the Wilson twins? Yes, my chat. Oh, there we go. And Chris Mink is here. My StreamYard chat is being a pain. I'm going to refresh my StreamYard. Hopefully I don't. And there we go. Oh, there we go. My chat's better now. My chat was just like it was being cut off. So there we go. Cool. So just I'll catch you guys up on what's been happening this last week. I've had a lot of people asking about. They're way over here, but I've had a lot of people asking about my hot end models. So this guy is ready to go. He's been perfected, all ready to go. I'm happy with the placement of the magnets. I'm happy with the results of the break apart and everything with this one. And then we have that, and then we have my all metal version. I've got to reprint. I've got to print a Bowden tube for the all metal version yet. I do have to just add to the design the holes for the magnets to hold the heat break in place. And then, but other than that, everything inside, I may actually redo the split so you actually see the opening where the filament goes. I'm not sure yet. I have to decide on how I want to do that. But otherwise, everything on this one is ready to go other than printing a Bowden tube. I will be releasing these things on Cults once I get the models done. And I made a decision today. That I'm going to also, I put it right here. I'm also going to do a model of the E3D V6. I'm going to model this up as well and do a cutaway model of this E3D V6 just because it's unique and it's pretty cool. So yeah, so I'll be doing the E3D V6 because it's a little different. It's got the V6 nozzle. It's got the, and it's just a little different looking. So I'm going to be doing that one up this week. So stay tuned for that. And then possibly, I don't know, who knows what else I'll do. So I just know that I'm enjoying my modeling. So, and recently I picked up what you may or may not have seen. It's called a Space Mouse. Makes modeling so much easier. So you were about to ask me about a V6. There you go. See, it was meant to be. HVAC for sure. It was meant to be. So we'll be doing a V6. With the experience I've gained with the other ones, this is going to be a walk in the park. This is not a very hard design at all to do. So I happen to have a brand new V6 for the Prusa. So I decided let's pull it out and let's model it up. So there we go. My little tea project I've been working on, some of you have seen. This turned out beautifully. I ended up having to thread the ball on actually to get the nut to actually go on. So this print came out super. Whoop! I just dropped my ball. Ouch! And I just hit my head on the mic. It's not. Oh man, it's not a DeWitt stream unless I do something like that. Drop my balls and hit my head on the mic. Oh, that's smarted. And it probably anybody with headphones. Anyways, that ball screws on there beautifully. And that's working. I had to reprint a couple pieces because of a fitting issue, but otherwise we're okay there. Ooh. When you don't have hair to block yourself from hitting the mic, your head on this nice sharp mic, it kind of hurts. You want blood. Well, you may not believe it, but if you look carefully on the tip of my thumb, that white part, I burned myself today pretty good. Okay? You can see the burn. Not quite blood, but I burned myself with this. I was holding something and I was heating and I got a little too close this way, and all of a sudden I felt pain and thought, oh, that's not good. So, but that wasn't on stream, so it really doesn't count. Balls, nuts, and heads. You got it. So, okay, so we have a burn today, we have a banged head, and we have drop balls. So what else can go wrong? Well, let's see what else can go wrong. We are unboxing today. Where's my overhead camera? Right here. This box here came to me from Atomstack. It's the A5 24-watt laser. 20 watt? 24 watt? 20 watt. I don't know. We'll find out when we get in. 20 watt. A5 20-watt laser. It says so right on the end of the box. Right there. A5 20 watt. Okay? So we're going to unbox this guy today. I thought, what the heck? You want a replay for the burn? Well, it was sort of, honestly, okay. I'm not going to do a complete replay, okay, but imagine you have a hot end like this, and it was kind of a foolish thing to do, but and it was the old hot end. It was an old hot end that was full of filament, right? We've all got hot ends that are just full of filament. So, okay, I'm not going to do it. I went like, and I was basically like this, and I was just trying to heat up this part of the hot end, and I fired this guy up. And I hit it, and when it hit it, flames bounced and hit my thumb. So there we go. That is as much of a replay as you're going to get, HVAC. Sorry, that's as much of a replay as you're going to get. Okay, let's put this V6 back together. I know you were just kidding. You wouldn't want to see me burn flesh on screen. Some people would, some people wouldn't. So, well, let's get right to it. We have 18 people on. Who else has come on? Andrew Osmond has come on. Hello, Andrew. And HVAC, I think I said hey to you initially. And who else? I think I've said hi. Oh, Autodrop 3D Mike is here. Hi. I think Dean Hines. I think I didn't say hi to Dean yet. But I think I got everybody now. I think. Anyways, yes. Okay, so if I haven't said hi to you, well, sorry about that, but too bad. But, oh, Mika Steve is on, and Jason. Ooh, I was going to wear your shirt tonight, Jason. Not your shirt, but I was going to wear the shirt. But I was a little chilly, and I just didn't want to put a T-shirt on tonight, so I decided not to. So let's. And Cindium87, hello, welcome, everybody. I'm not dual streaming tonight. I am strictly on YouTube, so. I don't know if the pro Twitchers are going to come to the dark side just to watch my live streams, or if I'd be better off streaming on both. But hey, I'm just streaming on YouTube right now. That way, everybody in the chat can say hi to each other, and you can all see your own chat. There we go. Because I could be answering a question that somebody asks of me in Twitch, and you guys wouldn't have seen the question, and you wonder what the heck I'm talking about. So I'm going to yank my knife out of my pocket. No, you won't see blood, Matt. And let's get to the cam. Let's open the box. Let's get right on it. Oh, you don't want to see me getting hurt, but you have to save them. Sorry. Okay, well, I know nobody wants to see me getting hurt, but everybody tunes in just in case I get hurt, like bump my head. That was just minor, but it's I have a tough noggin now because of all the bumps and bruises, so. Let's switch to this guy and let's slice this open and see what we have inside this box, which has never yet been opened by Canadian hands. Let's see. Oops. Cut straight and cut deep enough. The first cut is the deepest. Okay. Open. Oh, wow. May as well do this, since this is almost, looks like they actually cut this out of a bigger carton. There we go. And there we go. And we'll cut the corner flaps off too. Oh my goodness. Hang on, I need my big knife. Whew. Tough corrugate. And hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm using this Yeti mic, and I'm not using, is that normal or a union job to open up boxes? Well, depends on what industry you're in, Matt, but could be union job. I bet the union people could do it better than me, though, but I'm pretty handy with those knives. So first thing we have is a manual, Atomstack A5, 10 watt, 15 watt, 20 watt, 30 watt Pro. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different models to choose from. This looks like it's the instruction and assembly manual. Hey, Jerry, how are you? Who else popped in? Dougal. Oh, hey, Dougal, how are you? Okay, we have a USB cable and you have a brush. That's the first time I've seen a brush packed in a laser. It's pretty cool. We have a brush. Actually, I'm going to switch to the other camera view. Maybe this one, so you guys can see from top. You guys on the mobile might not like that, but and then that way I can actually say, look, there's a little brush that came with it, and I can go down to this camera. You guys watching me on a mobile device might not like this because your screen's just got a lot smaller. Matt won again. What did he win? I don't want to hear it. USB cable. Pack of silica gel. Toss them. I don't keep them anymore. And here we have what looks like the main board, main board and power supply, or just the power supply. Okay. Oh, let me move my mouse out of the way here. Yeah, it must be the main board because there's the power supply. And there's some sample pieces to cut, engrave, and looks like some belts and tools and all sorts of goodies in this plastic bag. We'll investigate that after. Where's this camera going to? This camera there is there. Oh, there we go. Ah, that's not a bad view right there either. Cool. We have a rail with measurements on it, and it's all metric millimeters, so it looks like it's a 400 millimeter one direction. And packing, and another rail. Come on, rail. Another rail with no numbers, and something under here. This looks like the laser. That is the laser, and it's an Atomstack branded laser. Oh, hard to see in there. There we go. It's an Atomstack branded laser head. I have not built a laser in a long time. We have our cool green laser shades. Oops, he won resin from Liam. Oh my goodness. Wow. Filming 2 days of laser stuff, huh? Cool. Okay, we got that and that, and we have the power plug here. I can toss that aside because I've got a power plug already hooked up and ready to go. And then in here we have these look like the feet with rubber bases on them. 3 feet with rubber bases. I'm going to assume there's a 4th foot somewhere. And let's pull out. Oh, it looks like it's partially assembled for me already. This looks like the Y gantry with markings on it again, millimeter markings on it. Kind of pre-assembled Y gantry. Pretty cool. Okay. And there's more fun stuff under here. More of the rails. So we have an Atomstack branded, some branded extrusions for Atomstack, 2 of them. Okay. And I think that's it. that's everything in the box. Yeah. Let's get this box out of the way. There we go. It's been a while since I unboxed anything. Well, last unboxing I did was the CR30. Your Atomstack cantilever is badass. Cantilever. Oh, I haven't seen their cantilever yet. Yes, goggles. Goggles came right there. Yeah, I have better goggles in my garage with my other laser though, but yeah, it came with goggles. The Google goggles. So trying to think what the best camera angle might be overall for this instead of the split, because we have this one. This one might be a good angle here to work with. What do you think? You guys can tell me otherwise. So we're gonna grab this. This could be a higher angle though, couldn't it? Hang on. If I sometimes, you know, the camera angles are the tough things to decide. Let me put this camera up higher on another box so I can still see the chat. And then if I angle it down a little bit, that's not bad. I think that's good. I watch your videos, Jerry. Stop it. I just don't remember everything. Oh, the cantilever laser. Yeah, okay. Now, Jerry, you do so many videos and I watch so many videos, I don't remember everything. Don't be sad, Jerry. Of course I watch your videos. Man, okay, come on. It sounds like you need a hug, man. Okay, everybody, group hug for Jerry. Come on. Okay, we're just going to open up some of these pieces here real quick. Da, 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 da. Need some music, or I need to continuously talk. I don't like dead air. So I'll either talk or hum a tune or do something. Don't worry, I'll try to injure myself as I go. Virtual hug. There we go. You have your dogs, you're good. Do I watch your videos? I watch your videos. I watch Liam's videos. I watch John's. Do I remember everything? No. Truth be told. I have to go back and reference things quite often, actually. So let's take a peek in here, because I'm sure there's some parts in here I'm going to need to build this guy. Hey, The Apprentice, how are you? So here we go. So we have, these are just test pieces. These are just little acrylic pieces and some wood pieces, a larger acrylic piece. Okay, those I don't need for the build, guaranteed. Let's put them aside. We have a belt. We have some end caps. We have some T-nuts. And this looks like the guard. It's a guard for the laser itself, a green guard for the laser. And then the rest is just some hardware. Oh, look, they even label the bags. Okay. They've labeled the bags. It's hard to see there. So let me turn on this camera here. So they've labeled the bag step 1. Come on, light. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 5, oh, and step 4. Okay. First bump would be fine. There we go. Hey, Mark. So they've labeled the bags so each corresponding bag to the I'm assuming the corresponding step in the manual. So let's do it. So we have some tools here. I got to cut them apart. Where's my snips? My snips are all the way down here. I'm sad I had to disassemble the Prusa Mini hot end today. It clogged, so I'm putting a new hot end on the Prusa Mini. Fortunately, I had a spare hot end, so I'm going to put a new one on it. So we have, like, it looks like a marker. It looks like a blackboard marker. Cool. And then you got a blackboard pen here. Okay, cool. And then some hex keys and a wrench. Okay, let's break out the instructions, shall we? Okay. I'll share this with you with this view right here. So here we go. So here we'll read together. It's like a bedtime story. Okay, and it talks about security statement before installation, which is all very fun and everything. User security statement. It's all the safety information. I think they just call it security. Part 4, installation setups. Part 3, disclaimer. Installation steps. Step 1, install contour of the engraving machine. Okay, let's look at step 1. Okay, so step 1. I'm going to get you back to this angle here. And we're just going to do this. We're going to do it. Do it. Hope I have room here. I'm going to move this out of the way. Don't need the X gantry for now. Come on. Just stay right there. Don't fall. Okay, step 1, tick mark front direction. Tick mark front direction. So we have the rail. Okay, these already have like the. Now I just got to make sure. Oh, there we go. Tick mark front direction. What's the tick mark? Okay, so it shows the 200, 210. So this goes this way, like this. Okay. Then we have the logo side up, Atomstack, like this. Okay. Well, this might just fit on my bench. Look at this. So we have this piece that's going to go this way. That's pretty straightforward. And then we have the last one, which says, and I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat here as I go. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this window. There we go, over to that monitor. It's much easier for me to see because I'm looking at a monitor right here now. So you guys let me know if you can hear me. Okay, if you can't hear me, I can always switch my mic out. Or actually, I can stretch this mic out a little bit more. There we go. You'll be able to hear me a little bit better now, probably. So, unless I wonder if the 4 split view would be better for this if I do this, because we have the overhead here, and then I can lift this camera up. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this view so that you guys can have a couple different views of what I'm doing here. Here we go. Okay. Find the 4 large profiles in the picture. So step 1, I need the bag with step 1. They even have a picture of the step 1 bag right here. Oh, you can hear me good? Good. Awesome. It's a decent microphone. I don't have any audio issues anymore. Ever since I switched my internet, I think things have been good. Pay attention to the direction of the profiles. I'm pretty sure I have their profiles all the right way now. That says cut side outward. So the cut side is obviously the side that the countersinks the screws. So that side's going outward. And this one's going to be pretty much the same. There's only one way you can't really, the only way you can mix this up is this with this, but obviously you want your numbers on the top, your profile numbers on the top. Okay. Place the screws in, but do not tighten them. So, okay, so we're going to place these in. Let me grab my other wrenches here. Some people, and I'm not balking it, I'm not disagreeing. Some people believe in using the tools that came with it, which I understand completely, because you buy yourself a printer, a laser, whatever, you're only going to get your own tools, but we know they work. They're hex wrenches. They're going to work, of course. Personally, I like to just use my own wrenches that I already have. And when I got my very first 3D printer, I used my own wrenches. There we go. So you build by picture, read when you must. Oh, okay. And it's pretty obvious the way this goes together, but you just never know when there's a step. So I'm going to use my Wera hex keys, just because they're a little easier and a little quicker. They're ball ends, and it just makes it easier and quicker to thread these bolts. especially when I'm laying it flat on a table. So they go in so much easier, just like this. Forgot the S. Yeah. So this side. It's cool that the whole Eccentric is it's already pre-built. Okay. Smash that like button and subscribe, guys. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Jerry. If you haven't subscribed to me, go ahead and subscribe. Subscribes on YouTube are FREE, free. So to make life easier, I'm just going to turn this around this way. Turn this around this way. And drop the cord that I had. I don't know what I just dropped. I think it was just an electrical cord that I dropped, which is fine. And you might hear the noise. I got the Prusa running in the background, printing another part for that job I'm working on. I like paying jobs. That's when I like to hear the printers running, especially when it's a paying job. The printers sound like money when they're running. Super chat? Did I miss a super chat, Jerry? I got the first one. I didn't see a second one. Oh, super chat is turned on. Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Jerry. Super chat is on. Not required, but always welcome, of course. And I got one at the beginning of the stream, and I appreciate that. Super duper duper appreciate it. Helps me keep doing what I love doing, and hopefully somewhere along the line helping somebody out with whatever. Let's turn this back over so they're on and they're not tightened up. Place the screws, do not tighten them. Then tighten the screws diagonally. Oh, okay, I see what they're saying. So basically what they're saying is to tighten one here. And then one up here. And then one here. And one up here. That's going to kind of ensure that we're pretty square. And we'll do the second one. And the second one up here. Second one up here. And finally, but not least, last but least, is that one. So we have a nice solid picture frame here. There we go. Okay, and it's pretty flat on my desk, so that's good. Step 2. We're moving along. Look, we got 1 out of 5 steps. We're 20% way done already. Cool. 25 people watching. I appreciate it. Okay. Step 2. The guide rail passes through the middle of the 3 rollers. Loosen the distance between the upper and lower guide wheels appropriately. So what they're saying to do is to take my Eccentric, okay, and we're going to go this way because, of course, we have a mount for the laser head right here. So that's going to be the front because the laser is going to pop up here, and then we have separate more in the back. So basically what they're saying is to slide this onto the rails. So we're going to bring the Y rails between the rollers on the Eccentric. Let's see. Let me just bring it up here. May have to loosen off. Do they have eccentrics on these? No, they're not eccentric. There we go. Oh, that side's really tight. Huh. It's not in the groove, that's why. Why are you not in the groove? Looks like something is twisted. Let me have a look this way. I see what's going on. Something is twisted or bent out of shape. So let's see if I have any luck coming from the other end. How can you groove with no music? Yeah. Have a good night, Matt. I know you just came to see if there was a giveaway. I'm just kidding. Oh, this way it comes on fine. So, oh, there we go. Just didn't want to come on the other side. Oh, there's a stop on the other side. That's why. I just noticed that. So on this camera here, you can see right along the edge there, there's like a little stopper sticking out. That's why I couldn't get it down that side. Okay. There we go. So we have the Eccentric in here. They didn't tell me I had to come in from the front. Okay. Push the X-axis component into the base frame in the direction shown in the figure. Oh, it did tell me to come from the front. See, Jerry? You only look at the pictures, but I didn't actually notice that in the picture. But reading it, I'm okay. But I figured it out. It was pretty obvious how it had to go. Okay. Adjust the eccentric nut appropriately. There is no... Is the bottom ones eccentric? Yeah, oh, the bottom ones are eccentric. Okay, so we'll worry about those in a minute after I get the feet on. Because, yeah, this does need to be snugged up a little bit because the whole thing is quite loose. But I'm going to do the eccentric nuts after I get the feet on. It'll just be easier to work with. Use an M5 Allen key. Install control box as shown. Use an M5 Allen key to install 3 support gaskets. Now, when they say 3 support gaskets, what they're showing is they're talking about the feet. Okay? So basically they're saying to install the feet. Yeah, I put the feet on first too, Rob. Hey, Rob. Yeah, so they're calling these feet gaskets, and I think that's just a translationatory thing. So, yeah. Okay, and this is step 2 bag, so we have our step 2 bag here. Play pretzel rocks. I have to look into pretzel rocks. I don't have a subscription to that yet. And I think I can use this wrench right here. There we go. Okay, let's get the feet on. Let's get the feet on. So we'll screw these feet on. Both working on a Sunday. Yep. Every Sunday for me, Rob. I don't know if I call this work. I kind of enjoy it. It's work in a way because, you know, the idea is to, you know, make a little money here and there on YouTube, but it's fun. It is a working hobby, I suppose you call it. Unos on this one. And the second one here. There we go. These are snug as a bug in a rug. And we'll turn this around. Do I have a dog under my chair? I thought I heard him. I'm hearing things. And then we're going to put the last foot on here and then the control box. As free unless I want all the extra stuff. Log in with YouTube takes a few seconds. Oh, okay. Let me get the feed or something on here and see, and maybe I'll do that. Probably, yeah, because it wouldn't hurt to have some background music on here. Actually, I could play your standard StreamYard playlists, but those are boring. I wish they would change those. But I do have a playlist on my desktop. There we go. Okay, those legs are on. Here, let me see if I can do this. Find this in a video file, and if I find it, I believe it's in my downloads folder. Bear with me 1 second. No, it's probably in my documents. No, it's on my desktop. I think this is it here. Okay, we're going to add, so it's going to switch real quick here. Boom, and we're going to go back to this. Really loud right now. Down. There we go. Let me turn my speaker on. This is copyright free. This is it's another music service that I use. A bit loud. A bit loud. There we go. If it's too loud, let me know. Okay, and we're going to get the control unit here to put on. Control unit has nicely braided cables. There we go. This guy's going to go on. Just like so on this end here. And we have a USB input and a power input, and that's it for the control unit. Doesn't even look like there's a power switch, so this guy is obviously either on or off. The Apprentice 2021, thank you so much for that super chat, Apprentice. I completely and utterly appreciate that with all my heart. So much so that I'm going to do this.
Super chat.
Thank you so much for the $10. Appreciate that. I'm a bit soft though. I'm a soft or the music's soft? Here. Maybe that. I don't want it to be too loud because I know some people don't like it really loud. Oh. It's okay, nothing fell. Hey Matt Kasdorf, how are you? Voice is low. Okay. So obviously the music is drowning out the voice maybe. Let me turn the gain up on my mic because I am a little ways away from the microphone. Turn the gain up a little bit, see if that helps. Make lots of smoke etching. Yes. Well, can't make too much smoke etching in the basement here. It'll be brutal. It'll smell like fire. Fire! There we go. Okay, control unit's on, so we should have a stable, and we do have a nice stable surface right now. Nice stable base. Okay, so now we can do the eccentric nuts, because you see how we have a lot of wobble in there. So let's use the provided wrench. And we'll turn this way, and we'll do one side at a time here for the eccentric nuts. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to just hang it over. And am I tightening or loosening there? Doesn't matter if I'm tightening or loosening, one way or the other, it's going to eventually start tightening. There we go. And just so it's not wobbling, just enough so it's not wobbling. Okay, and let's turn it around. We all know how to adjust eccentric nuts. We've all done it on our 3D printers, so you know, I'm not showing it close up, but I don't think that's absolutely necessary. And there we go, and just like that, you can see how much of that wobble has come out of there. And we'll just make sure it's nice and smooth. That'll still roll off the back, but it's got a stopper on the front. That one up here, I was going to say that looks a little loose, but it's not, and it's not. So those eccentric nuts are pretty good right there. Okay. There's that part done. Convo was so tight you had to loosen the nylock nuts to turn the eccentrics. Holy crap, really? You try to avoid adjusting the nuts on cam as well. Yes, that's always good practice there, Printercon. Hey Mike, how are you? Welcome. Oh, and my mic is 5x5 now. Good, good, good. That gain button makes a big difference, I suppose. Okay, step 1 bag is empty. Step 2 bag is empty. I dropped something behind there and I don't know what it was. Step 3. Let's go to step 3. Synchronous belt 2. So let's open this up. We should have 2 synchronous belts in here. Okay. So we have the end caps, the exclusions, and then we have 4 T-nuts, which is probably 1 T-nut for the end of each belt. Okay. Four T-nuts and 4 T-nut long screws, that's right. Required components, of course. Tighten the T-nut. Tighten? I see. Okay, step 1. Install 2 synchronous belts as shown in figure 5. So basically the belts come over. Are you going to be able to see this on camera? I think with the angles you'll see what I'm doing. So the synchronous belts, they go under the wheel. And this is where I need some little tweezers or just something to pick it up. Or else if I curl the belt up. They go teeth side down. Exhaust blower if you find. Yes, I do. I have a good blower. I do have a blower. I'll show you. It's behind me. I just have to hook it up to a. I have to hook it up to an enclosure. Blah blah blah. But I have gotten it. But I just decided I'm not going to burn much tonight. I may just do a quick sample. We'll see how my timing goes. If I don't get anything burned tonight, we'll definitely burn something next Sunday. So we come under the wheels. We go over. And then there's a tooth gear. There's a tooth gear inside here. You don't really need. Well, I guess I could. I'm not going to move the camera. You'll see it. But there is a tooth gear. So we go over the tooth gear wheel with it, and then we go back under the other roller. There we go. And we have to get a. Where did I just put my Allen key to lift that up? Pick this belt up out of the groove here. There we go. Oh, missed it. Missed it. Now you gotta kiss it. Whatever. Come on out of there. There we go. So we got the belt out. So then we can just stretch the belt out basically like that. So basically it goes, here, I'll move this camera. Will this camera come far enough to show you? I'm moving the bottom right camera. Yeah, that'll kind of, it's dark though. How do I lighten this up? Maybe I can. Okay, that's not going to do it for me.
Anyways, tough to see that, but the belt goes under the wheel, goes up over the grooved bearing, down under the wheel, and out. Basically, is the way that works. There we go. In and out.
It's kind of a useless camera, this bottom right one, sort of. It's kind of it's not a useless camera. It's almost kind of a useless view. Anyway, so we got that belt in. We will feed the other belt. Not dual streaming this one, no. No, I decided on Sundays I'm not going to dual stream. I'm just going to do my regular Sunday YouTube stream, just because I don't like the fact that the YouTube chat cannot, people on the YouTube that are chatting cannot see their comments and etc. from the people on the Twitch chat. So I just made a decision not to dual stream on Sundays, which basically means I probably won't dual stream again. Theoretically, according to the affiliate rules of Twitch, you're not supposed to. So, you can get under the wheel there. I could actually, this other camera will give you a better view once I can actually get this under my wheel. There we go. There it is. I can pull this other camera a little closer to show you how this feeds, although, yeah. And then we'll pull that through. There we go. So, I'll go ahead and pull this camera closer. Right over. Turn the light on. There you go. Whoops. So there you go. You can see the belt is here. It comes in, goes under this wheel, comes up over, goes down under this wheel, and continues along the extrusion. That's my story. There we go. It does generate a lot. That center camera shot messes with my OCD being off axis. It does. The center one, this one right here. I don't know. I don't know if there's any better view than another one here, to be honest with you. The overhead view is pretty cool though. But yeah. Bottom right one's kind of useless. Well, it's not bad now, but I zoomed it in a little. But anyways, it is what it is. Okay, so we got the belts through. Blah, blah, blah. Tighten one end with a T-nut. Pass the other end through the roller XY-axis, and then we're going to tighten the other end with a T-nut. So we don't want to over-tighten. It's basically tensioning the belts. So we will take this camera right here. There we go. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so I'm just trying to figure which camera's which going on here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to insert this T-nut on top of the belt on the end here, like so, making sure there's enough belt sticking out the other end. And then we just tighten down. I'll go in about, I'm just going to go, it doesn't say how far, I'm going in about 1/4 inch, which is plenty. And all we're really doing is tightening that T-nut in just to secure the belt on this end. Okay, then we'll do the same over here. Quadrant 2 cam, the center shot is a bit superficial. Yeah, you know, that's true. I see what you're saying. So basically what you're saying is that if I go here and if I take excuse me. So you mean just like that? That's pretty fine. Okay, because you can see me over here you can see me on this camera. Makes sense. You can see my belly. That kind of makes sense. I don't want to mess with anybody's OCD. So we'll tighten this one down. Okay, pinches the belt in place. Now we'll turn it around. And then we'll just tension these belts. So we'll slide this in.
They don't really give you any guidance as far as tension. They basically just say, and finally, tighten the other end, fix with a T-nut. T-nut fixing method, push T-nut from the groove, profile possible, cut off excess belt, cover the end profile side and cap with the protrusions is facing down. So they don't give you any real direction as to how tight you want these belts, but you don't want them cranked down too tight, but you don't want any play in them. So I basically tighten these belts, and I feel in this area in here and then underneath, and I tighten them about as tight as I would tighten a 3D printer belt myself. So we tighten that one, and then I'm going to tighten this one. T-nut in there, a little bit tight on the T-nut, that's why. There we go. Okay. And so make sure that's about as tight as a 3D printer belt would be. You just don't want to crank on it. There's no need to crank on it, but you don't want too much play. So that's tightened down. Now I just make sure that this moves rather smoothly and there's nothing impeding it. That's really all you need, and there's no play in these belts as I move it. And that's it. That is it. Now, because belts stretch, I'm not worried about cutting off too much. So what they're saying now is to cut off at the end, like so, okay, and put in the end cap profiles. So it is just simply like that. Profiles on the end, which are basically going to hide the cut belts on the end. There we go. One. Cut this one. Made up tensioners, yeah. Probably not a bad thing to do. You can retension these. I left enough on the end so that if I had to, I could get some needle nose pliers on them and pull them a little tighter, because the belts are not going to shrink. If anything, the belts are going to stretch. So I'm not worried that I've cut off too much. It's not like I'm going to need more belt. And these are pretty standard belts, and I think I have spare belts lying around somewhere in the studio. Cut this one off. Cut that one off. And throw these end caps on. Like so. And that one. Stretched a lot of belt over the years. I've stretched belts too, yeah. Not a pretty sight. Okay. We got the belts covered up. Tips. The installation of the Y-axis synchronous belt can refer to the installed synchronous belt on the X-axis to determine whether the timing belt is tight enough. Press the position shown in figure 4. Yeah. With your fingers. If there's no obvious deformation, it's tight enough, which is exactly what I said. Pressing, it's just saying press at the belts that are coming down, and if there's no deformation, you're tight enough, because you don't want it to be wobbly and deformed. You want it to be snug, which it is. So it's perfectly snug. There we go. And as far as that, whoops. And it's going to both ends. Got to stop up here, and when it comes down to this end, it's hitting both screws at the exact same spot. So we're good. Okay. Step 4. Step 3 package I can throw out. Step 4 package looks like we're going to put the laser on now. And the stream rating just went up. Yeah, I knew that, Rob. I knew that. Okay, so we got the parts out for this next step 4. We have M514 screw, we have front protection cover, left and right protection cover, and 2 M58 screws. And we need the laser head. Let's open up the laser head. Okay. Oh, it's like a conical. It's obviously a fixed focus. So you can kind of see it's got like a conical thing on it there. So there's nothing to turn on the laser. So it's obviously going to be a fixed focus laser. And the front, it's an Atomstack branded laser. Maximum laser power 5 watts. Frequency 10 hertz. Pulse working, diffusion length, diffusion 1 millisecond, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, it's a laser. It says in the box 20 watt. That's an input, but it looks like it's a 5 watt output for the laser power. Okay. It sounds good to me. So I'm going to turn this whole gantry sideways so it's easier for me to access the back of the screws, and it's easier for you guys to see what I'm doing. And on the front here. Just added 2 new lessons to Luminar Deal course. Up to 23 now with 7 more to go. Should have over 15 hours of content for your time. Very cool. Why do I Luminar Neo? Okay. Fix the laser head on the slider board with M510 countersunk head screws. So the other thing that I noticed on this is you can adjust. Well, there's an eccentric nut on here that needs fixing too. First, I'm going to cut off this tag, which is just basically qualified, certified, fastening checking, controller test, mechanical test, visual check, packing list check. All the QCs, all the quality control stamps. I feel safe and secure now with this product. Okay, I'm going to just get up here so you can see a little bit of play, wobble in this thing. So I'm going to, just while I'm here, adjust this eccentric nut as well. Take that wobble out. Wobble, 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 little wobble. No wobble. There we go, no wobble. Okay, cool. So we have to mount the laser with the 2 countersink screws. But in order to do that, I have to lower this plate first. Yes. That sort of was my first guess, is I have to lower this plate so I can get the screws in there, because right now the countersunk holes are buried in behind the other plate. So, adjustable plate. And what I'm likely going to do at one point in time is put a different plate on here so that we have an adjustable knob up top, so we can actually just adjust this without having to go in and loosen the screws. So we have one mounting screw right here, which goes in here. Yeah, there's a lot of models out there I've seen for putting those adjustable height adjusters on, because although, I mean, this one's not bad, but it's nice if you don't have to loosen the screws, you know, do the adjustment and then tighten the screws. So, okay, come on. I cannot find the hole. Don't even go there. I don't think Kieran's on the stream tonight, so I think I'm safe by saying that. Software is released into photo editing software. Oh, okay. Right. That's very cool. I'm going to have to look into that, Rob. Okay. So we've got that on there. Got this mounted, so we're just going to raise this up somewhat. Tighten the 2 screws from there. And here. And it's not so bad, I suppose, if you have to adjust the height of it per job. But as I say, if you're doing a lot of little things, it'd probably be more of a hassle than not. So, anyways. Okay. With the green protective covers left and right sides, insert the front green protective cover. Fix the protective covers with an M514 flat round head screw. So the protective cover, obviously, okay, so these go in together like this. This will snap in. There we go. And then this one will snap in without breaking. There we go. And then this fits in those little grooves in the back here. The groove on the side here as well. There we go. And then on the front, so you can't really lift the cover, which is fine, I suppose. And then we secure this in here, like so. Yeah, with my fusion skills, I can CAD one for sure. And thank you, OC. I appreciate that compliment. There we go. So we have our protective guard. But kids, everybody watching, still wear your goggles when you're looking or you're around the laser, even with the protective guard, okay? Still wear your goggles. Or your glasses, because you do not want to you don't want to fudge with your eyes, with your eyesight, okay? Spacer support one screw. We'll see what that is on step 4. Fix the front protective cover. Okay, we've done it. So we're on to step 5. Step 5 required components. So it looks like it's a spacer and an M3 14mm screw. The power is on, so should the glasses be. I agree, OC. I wholeheartedly agree. Okay, I'd have them on right now, other than the fact I'm building it, and I think the green would drive me nuts after a while. Use a wrench to tighten the eccentric nut of guide wheel and the guide rail. I did, already done. So I've tightened all the eccentric nuts on both sides on my X gantry, and I've tightened it on my Y gantry as well. As shown in figure, fix Y-axis limit column M314 screws on the left side rail. Adjust eccentric nut to ensure that the X and Y axis move smoothly without shaking, of course. Where do you want the limit? Okay, so you're coming, we're going from the front. Atomstack is this way, and we're going on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to turn this around. Mind my wires there. There we go. And there's going to be a spot right here. So there's a little hole right on the side of the frame here. And so we put the screw in the spacer. And I find my appropriate wrench. The hex key. There we go. And this goes in. There's my my Y limit switch, basically, or my Y limit. There we go. So it came with one on the end, so we go back. It's got a limiter there. We come up front here. It's got a limiter right there, which is perfect because the laser get onto my bench. The laser head cover just comes right, so we're probably 4 millimeters away from the rail there. Perfect. Tips: how to determine the tightness of eccentric nuts. Basically what I said. They're going to tell you how to determine it. But to make it easy when you're tightening eccentric nuts, slowly tighten them, check for wobble, tighten it, check for wobble, tighten it a little bit, and as soon as there's no wobble, stop. If you over tighten them, you're going to wear out your wheels fast if they're over tightened. And yeah, so some people see dust on their wheel, other people see plastic on their wheels. And if you see plastic, you're too tight, and you'll feel the edges of the wheels rounding off too. So I learned that
the educational way. When I first got into 3D printing, I learned about over-tightening eccentric nuts. So, okay, installation of terminal blocks and cable bundle. Okay, so let's grab our cable bundle here. There we go. So it's going to be pretty obvious. There's only 3 plugs in the cable bundle, okay? So we're going to have, and again, the book I can read, but I don't really need it for this. Cable management's another thing on these lasers. I like the, is it the Congo, or is it the, I forget which one, has a chain, a chain, cable chain for it. But so obviously there's a short one here, and this one goes to the first stepper motor, okay? So we plug that short one into the first stepper motor. Make sure I'm in the right direction. I am. There we go. And then there's only 2 more. So one goes to the stepper motor and one goes to the laser head. They're 2 different sizes. You cannot mix them up. Okay, the laser head is a 3-pin. Stepper motor is a 6-pin. So it's impossible to mix them up. Well, I shouldn't say impossible. And I notice on my stepper motor, before I even try to plug this in, I'm noticing something here, and this is another little thing you got to keep an eye for, because this could cause issues if you kind of ignore this. On the stepper motor, you guys will see my focus. Maybe I'm too close. No, I'm not too close with this camera. Come on. Why doesn't it want to show it? Focus here. Anyways, now it's focusing now. There. You can kind of see on here. It's hard to see. One of the pins is bent, is what I'm getting at. Okay. So one of the pins is bent on that. So really what you want to do is try and straighten that out a little bit, because if I try and force the plug on there and that pin's bent, I'm going to bend the pin over, hence probably bending a whole bunch of other pins. So just check for this stuff. Yeah, I know, once that disables autofocus, I know that, yeah. So I'm going to just grab something tiny, and I'm going to just slightly, maybe even my fingernail. They're tough pins. There we go. Straighten that pin out. There we go. Because if I tried to plug that in without catching that, I would have caused myself some headaches. There we go. Good. And then the same thing on here. We plug the laser head in. So there we go. So that's it for the wiring. Again, not a fan of the way this, although as long as the wires are basically clear and allow the full range of motion, I can live with it. But, oh, I see what it's catching on, my power supply back there. There we go. So we're not going to have any issues with the wires at this point in time, but I may end up coming and doing some sort of wire management with this if I'm actually putting this machine into production, which I hope to this summer. Right now, my other laser's in the garage. It's just been too cold out in the winter to get out there and do it, but I'm going to hopefully get the exhaust thing hooked up here. I have it here. I put it somewhere. Great. No. Oh, it's over on my shelf, but I do have a blower, an exhaust blower. 4-diode laser head on a Core XY motion. Once you tap the button, it just, yeah. Okay. So we've done that. We've done the eccentric nuts. We've installed the wires, which exactly what they said to do. Now they're saying basically for cable management.
Yeah. So what they're telling us now, which is smart, is that we got some cable ties that came with it, some zip ties. So on the up here on the laser head, we're just going to basically take a zip tie, put it through the hole here. Okay, allow a little bit of slack in this cable right here. And then zip tie it in place. Tighten the zip tie. There we go. And that's just a little bit of cable strain relief, so we're not pulling on, yanking on that cable. Okay, so we'll cut this now. Yeah, I'm going to model up something different for this. And then same on the side here. Okay, I'm going to tie off, zip tie this cable. We have lots of holes here that we can, tie cables off to. So we'll do this one. It's fascinating to watch. Really? Or is that sarcasm? I don't know. Anyway, so we have this one. Okay, we tie. That gives us cable tension relief here. Okay. So make sure we have full range of motion on this side, which we do. So I haven't tied that off too tight. I may even, I think what I'm going to do is add one more where I put my zip ties. They're black and everything else on the table's black. There we go. I'm going to put one more in here just to take tension off of this stepper motor cable. Go. Make sure I have good range of motion, and I do full range. Okay, so we've got all the plugs kind of protected from loosening up. Let me go down just a little more. There we go. Perfect. Now the only other one, and this is the one that it's on my other laser, it's the same thing. This kind of just hangs here. And there's nowhere really to tie this off. Can't run it along the groove. So when this is at its minimum, you're kind of stuck. But yeah, I can get rid of some of the slack because that's the maximum there. So I can get rid of some of the slack on this one by tying it down to the bottom here. On this side over here, you can see on my overhead camera that I'm stretching it, and I can kind of zip tie it to the bottom of this stepper motor mount. So I can come through here. We'll see what this does as far as motion and helping the wires stay out of the way of the laser path. So we're at our full range, so we can go right about there, like that. Okay, and then that way, when this comes back, it's just going to pop up. We're not going to be interfering with anything, and we come back. That should be fine right about there. Okay. BIAB. Be in a bit. Back in a bit. Back in a bit? Is that right? Back in a bit? I'm usually pretty good at acronyms. Okay. I think we're close. I'm interested about the focusing on this, but we gotta read. Okay, so we've zip tied, we've cleaned up our thing. Oh, now we're doing software installation, Gerbil, Atomstack. Currently supports laser, Gerbil, and Lightburn. Good, because I have Lightburn. Lightburn software is only supported on Mac. Yeah, and I have Lightburn. I actually have a license to Lightburn. Okay, well, let's have a look at the software. Let's see if I don't know if I have Lightburn installed in oh, there is a power switch. Okay, I just noticed. So let me go ahead and move this off to the side for a second. And let me grab my mouse now that the build is finished. So overall, if we look, there we go. So that is the overall finished product right here. It's all built. Pretty simple build, right? I mean, 4 extrusions, running a couple belts, hooking up some wires, and then just tying the cables off so they're not flopping and flipping and flapping in the wind type thing. So let me turn the gain down on this a bit because I'm going to get a little closer to my mic. Boom, chuck a mic. And my YouTube window is frozen, but if I refresh, there we go. Prepping supper, rest of the night off. Okay, Rob, thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Take care. Say hi to Dar for me. Okay. We're going to be over here talking about software. Let me bring this window a little bit closer, and I'm going to come here. So yeah, I just realized the power switch is right here. So this is what plugs into the back, and we have a power switch right on here. So I like that. And then we can also disconnect the power supply right there. So that's good. So it's almost like a 3-parter. We have the power switch that they put in line. Okay, and then we have this, and then we have our standard 110 volt plug that's going to go in there. Okay. The good maker always puts his tools away as he goes. Right. Okay. We'll put all these in here. More hex keys than I care to have. Okay, somewhere, and then this brush for whatever this is. I guess maybe that's used for brushing off the stuff. And I don't know as far as what we're going to read. I don't know how they're talking about focusing this laser because obviously it's a fixed focus. Maybe it's just a matter of focusing with the light. Anyways, let's see if I have light burn still on my computer. And we're down to 15 people watching. Yay! And how many likes do I have? I have 26 likes. I like 25 likes, 16 people. We lost a few people along the way, which is fine. Somebody's probably doing a giveaway on Twitch or something, so let's just see if I have. I'm going to do a search on my PC for light burn, and I do have it. So if I switch to this screen right here, you'll see I have light burn installed already. So let's open it up and see. Windows Defender has blocked some features of this app. Why? Allow light burn to communicate with these networks, public networks, and blah, 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 private networks such as my home. That's fine. I don't mind allowing access to my home network. My trial period has expired. I do have Lightburn. Where is my license key? Let me check my email. I have, in here, I have folders. Where's my folders? Software. Must be under software. Let me do a search for Lightburn. Lightburn. Come on. I'm just gonna let you guys see my frustration as I try and find Lightburn. Nah, it only took an hour and 20 minutes to do the build, but that was with a lot of chatting. Software should be under my software. I'm not used to looking at email on my PC. I'm used to looking at it on my Mac. I should have a folder. Software serial numbers. But I can always look it up. So let's do that. Suppliers. Software. Serial numbers. Where is my Lightburn? Okay, well, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to quickly go to the Lightburn site. Okay,
share my screen now, no problem. Lightburn. So a little Lightburn. We will log in. Not even sure which account I registered under. Okay, so I obviously did it under this account. There we are. There's my license, order number. And let's see my order if it has my license code. Yes. I paid 40. Where is my... There we are, license key. No, I don't want a license key. I own it already. I have it on my laptop, and my laptop is not available right now, so... But it's only available, it's only able on the Mac. I can't put Lightburn on here. Crap. Okay, well, I guess Gerbil. I guess I got to try laser Gerbil just to get fire the laser up and see if it's going to work. Okay. That's right. It says that Lightburn is only supported on Mac. Here's a download link. It doesn't matter. It doesn't seem like it once gives me my... no, of course it's on the PC, because I have it on the PC right here, for goodness sake. But it doesn't seem to want to give me my my G-code license key. Why? I'll have to find it. Okay, yes, fulfilled January 2021, but I want my license key. So if you lose your license key, there's no way to to get it again? Huh. I'm kind of stumped. Along with everybody else, I'm stumped. Down to 14 people. Cool. Pretty soon I'm going to just shut her down because there's going to be 0 people watching. Woohoo! No, I'm kidding. Oh, this is frustrating. It says Lightburn software, G-code license key. LB code 40. There's my payment. Do I have to buy another version for the PC? Because the version I own right now is for the Mac. And they've gone up to $77. Look at that, and I paid $40. They've gone up a lot. Wow. Interesting. Okay, well, let's go to the Gerbil. Just see if I can get something going in the Gerbil. It was emailed to me, but I just don't know where. Oh, maybe. Let me see. I think I was looking in the wrong inbox, which is why. I go to my DeWitt email, go to more, laser. Nothing has arrived in my laser. FL Sun. Here's all my Saint Smart receipts, etc. Would it be in my receipts? Why? See, it's not actually showing me anything. This is annoying. It doesn't sync my mail. There should be something in the Creality. Nothing. So yeah, all my boxes. It's not syncing any of my. It's not syncing any of my mail. And it wouldn't be here. I would have filed it. I would have filed it under my. I would have filed it under laser. Dang. Okay, so it's not there. I know I should be able to log into the portal and get my key. I agree. There's the portal. There's my purchase order. There's my number. There's my payment. They fulfilled it. Paid it. And I thought, well, it says right here, Lightburn software, G-code license key. It's like, okay, this will give me my key, but it just wants to sell me Lightburn again. That is kind of annoying. But let me check one more spot. Let me check one more spot on my phone. See if my folders, my subfolders come up on my phone email. Really quick, we'll check this and we'll go lit 3D. We will find my laser folder and it says no mail. Well, there we are. Lightburn software. Here we are. And there's my Lightburn license. There's my Lightburn key. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to forward this to myself. And then I'm going to forward it. And I'm going to, whoa! So fortunately I was able to find it on my phone. How are you doing in Canada? Hey, Paul, doing wonderful, thank you. How are you doing? Okay. So I have mail. So that is what I just mailed myself to this email address. License key, blah, 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 blah. What I really should do is take that screen off so nobody can actually copy my license key. Doesn't matter. So we're going to copy back into Lightburn. Let's paste my key and activate license. License key has expired. Lightburn will continue to work, but you will need to renew the license if you would like to update the software to a newer version. Did not know that I would have to pay for upgrades. Okay. Your license has been activated. Click OK to start using Lightburn. Okay, well there we are. So now I have, as you see, I'm actually in. And if I go help about, or if I go actually check for updates. A newer version available, but released after your license expiry date. So I have to buy another license to get the newer version. I did not know that the license would expire. That is that's weird. That's wonky. Anyways, that is wrong because I purchased it 21, 22, like not even 2 years ago, 15 months ago, and I have to buy another license if I want the newer version. That's what I'm reading in this anyways. Oh well, anyways. I'll look into that, but I don't think that's right, but we'll see. So raise my price from $40 to $77 and then force me to buy another license if I want the updated version. Sounds fair to me. Okay, so I need a longer USB cord than this for sure. Unless, do I have a USB extension cable? I do. Bear with me. I have a USB extension cable. At work, you're paying $10K for license keys that are perpetual, but really only last 2 years. Yeah, isn't like that's... You only get updates for a year. Okay, I didn't know that. That's okay. I mean, for the amount I'll use it, I'll make the money back, no problem. But, you know, 77, it's almost doubled in price in a year and a bit, which I can, you know, it happens. Anyways, there's no use crying over a spilt license right now, so... We're not going to worry about that. Let me plug this into my hub. Let me get a power plug for the laser. There we go. And I think the music ended. I think I have to give you guys a little bit more music. There we go. Okay. We will power. Oh, we're on already. We got power. It was on, so off and on. The power switch works. Okay. Let's plug
USB cable in. Whoops. Background music's a bit too foreground. Okay. It should be a whole lot better. Oh, Lightburn is worth it. I've been using it a lot. I just didn't know that the license only lasts a year. I didn't know that. I do now, and I'm not. If it was $300-400 software, I'd be a bit peeved. But I'm fine. I'm fine with it. We're good. Okay. Let's have a look at the software now. So plug the printer in. Matter of fact, so it should recognize it. So if I go, it's been a while since I've ventured into Lightburn anyways. So I should be able to somehow, preferences, no, I want to add a new, I want to make sure my laser is recognized here. So it's been a while. It's been a while since I've added a laser. Devices, right here. So find my laser. Be sure your device is connected via USB. Okay, next, Lightburn. No, there we go, right there. It just found it. I heard it make a, I heard it click, so it did find it. So we will add the device. Where is the origin of your laser? I'm going to say front left. Whoops. I'm right on the very edge of my table here. Yeah, front left will be my origin. Auto home your laser on startup, sure, but it doesn't have next. That's it, you're done, finish. So I already had one in it. It was probably my other one. Can I rename this? Nope. Remove, import, make default, edit. And we're at 400 by 400, which looks correct. Okay, so let's make sure, number one, I can control my laser. So let's say move. Set my origin. I'm going to get the glasses ready before I test stuff. Let's get these cool things on. Oh, I can't put them on over my regular glasses. Oh man, this is why I wear contacts sometimes. There we go. So it looks foolish, but I put my regular glasses over front of these. Now where's my mouse? I lost my mouse. Okay, weird. There it is. Ha! Doesn't seem to be communicating with it. So what am I doing wrong here? It recognized it. Choose. Oh, COM5. That's what I got to do. Okay, there we go. Ah. Error homing. Okay, well, I just want to make sure it's going to move. Okay, and we are moving. I can change to this camera. And I can say, let's move the distance of 50 millimeters. So we are moving, and then we'll go this way. 50 millimeters. So we're moving. We're getting control. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we got control. Now let's put the glasses on, make sure we can fire the laser. And 1% fire. And we can fire, you can see it kind of, I can't really see it, but if I move this camera over, and I can kind of see it's a little bit out of focus, I can actually, here we go. Let's see if this will.
show. So if I hit fire here, there we go. You can see it fired. It's only at 1%, so I'm not going to burn anything. So I'm pretty sure that's way out of focus, and it should be lower. But anyways, so I'm pretty sure I have to manually focus this. It doesn't have a spacer. Now, I'm surprised. I know some of the newer lasers you can get that are fixed focus that has a spacer block that you can put in. Boom, you lower it till you hit that block, and it's done. This doesn't seem to have that. But I think, here, my eyes. Here, I'll do it again. Look real close at the screen. There you go. So I have a feeling, unless it's right down to this, and that may be, oh, I shouldn't put my fingers under there, although 1% is not going to hurt. But unless, of course, you lower it till it hits the bottom of this thing, and that is the focusing distance. I'll bet that's it. I'll bet that's the focusing distance. Would make sense, but we'll find out. So let's just do a quick. I have to take these off so I can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to draw a quick box here. Doesn't have to be big, as a matter of fact. Where's my sample pieces? Where did I put y'all? All my sample pieces. I'm just going to stick this one under here. I just want to make sure it's going to burn in there or something. I don't want to do too much because it'll get stinky. It'll get stinky. Okay, and Z. So I'm just going to, let me switch over to here. I'm just going to basically, oops, I'm going to draw a box. We're going to put it wherever. Actually, it doesn't even have to be a big box. Just want something like that. It's been a long time. We're going to fill it. I'm just going to do a line for now. Do that diagonal burn test that shows the focal point. Diagonal burn test that shows the focal point. I'm not familiar with that. It's a D for DeWitt. It can cut with several passes. It can cut. My other laser will cut with several passes, and depending on the power you do. So for this one, I'm going to set the speed to, we'll leave it at 100. I'm just going to see what it does at 50% power. I just want to get a cut, basically, is what I want to do. I want to frame, so I kind of know where I am. So if we go here, and I'm going to shift, let me put my glasses on. I really need to wear contacts when I'm doing this. It's a hassle. Okay, and I'm going to shift. If I hold shift and frame, the light will actually come on. It'll give me an idea where to frame this. So right there, that's going to work right there. So now I need to kind of focus that thing. Like a ramp, and you burn up. Oh! And it shows the too far and too close. So like a ramp piece of wood type thing. Is that what you're saying? For this, I will just do a 1% fire. And I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. Wrong size. I have to do this the hard way, I think, for now. Which is basically loosening these, loosening this. Definitely tell that's too high. And I can't see a thing with these glasses. I'm definitely going to build myself something where I can raise and lower this with a thumb screw. Okay, so we go lower. I'm almost thinking it's almost right to the bottom because my hand's in the way here, but and you're going to loosen these up a fair bit so you can actually move this with some fluidity.
There we go. Okay, I'm going to guess right about there. This is a hassle. I mean, it's great that it has that ability, but and I know on screen, as you're all probably aware, it looks a lot fatter. The light beam looks a lot fatter. Trust me, it is very, very pointy. It's very, very pointy down there. Oh, look at that. I wobbled it and it turned off. Unless it had a timeout. But on screen, in real life, it's a lot sharper. That dot was a lot sharper. So let's see if it'll let me turn that on again. Fire. No. There we are. Yeah, that's much sharper in person. Trust me. Okay, let's just frame it again real quick. I'm just going to move this over a little bit here. Good enough. And let's see what it does. Let's start and just see if we can make some... Okay, I lost my mouse again. There we go. Let's start it and see what happens. Far too fast. Okay, but I can smell it actually. It did something. And it homes. It goes back home as soon as it's done, which I'm not a fan of, but okay. And it didn't do anything. So let's turn the speed down to 70. Let's go 50, half that speed. 40, turn the power up to 60. I don't know, I'm just experimenting, and let's try this. Oh, okay, so it did, it did do something. Let me actually, didn't do much. Crap, man, that's... So it burned, it worked. Not very light, not very, so, but I'm going to try a little slower. Actually, I'm surprised how fast that is. It must be, I must have my units wrong. Because in my garage, I go to like 1200 for my speed, and then here it's at 40. So it must be millimeters per minute versus millimeters per second or something. Yeah, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna design my own, I think. So let me try this again. Let me home this or frame this again. Let's get this out of my way. Here we go. Okay, let me try it again with a little. I think I've got my because again, this is just I haven't used Lightburn on this machine much at all. Let me frame it again. There we go. That's fine. So I'm going to go in here first. Oh, I got to put my regular glasses on so I can see what I'm doing for a second here. I want to find my units. So that's going to be under preferences. No. Maybe it's under devices. No. Cancel. Manually find my laser. Remove. Cancel. How do I change? How do I go in and see where I'm set for millimeters per second or minute? I don't remember where it is. I got to watch more of Louisiana Hobby Guy's videos. He does some great tutorial videos on Lightburn. Where is the preferences and stuff? Tools. Doesn't matter. I'll fix it up later. Go to 25 millimeters per second. Yeah, I think I'm going to, so speed. 25. Let's go to 20. Leave the power where it is because it seemed pretty good. I got to fiddle with this a bit more. Okay, we'll put the glasses on again. Okay, and let's switch cameras. Smell a little bit of burning in here right now. That camera's out of focus again. There we go.
Edit settings, display units. Oh, okay, let me look at that real quick. Thanks, Bill. I haven't used Lifer in a ton. So let's go here. Edit settings and display units. Okay. Units better for diode. There we go. Millimeters per minute. Aha. That's what I'm used to. Okay, because it was set for diode. There we go. I'll have to go through and do all these settings again later. There we go. There, 1200. Just as what I said. I'm used to seeing it at like something like that. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Let's put my glasses back on. My safety. Let's make sure. I tend to lose the mouse. It's a darker room with these glasses on here. Make sure we're still framed good. Let's go back to this camera. And let's try this. Oh, much better. And I can smell it. I don't want to do too much of this in the house. I do not want to set off my smoke detectors. Okay. Oof. Put my glasses on over top of these green ones. So this is, okay, that worked much better. So, yeah. So let's just focus on this. So that's a much cleaner, much better burn. Nice. Works good. D for DeWitt. Boy, does it stink though. It doesn't take much, right? As far as the smell goes. So, yeah, I quite like that. It did a good job. It's clean. Or that's better angle where you can see it. So yeah, if I were to do, if I were to up the power, I could even up the power, slow it down, whatever. And if I did like say 8 passes, I don't know, for this thickness of wood, probably 8 or 10 passes, it would definitely go through. It would definitely burn it. But with the diode laser, you're going to get a little bit of filth on the back of your burn and maybe on the front too. So let's just try for fun. So while we're at it, let's go back here because it doesn't smell too bad yet. So let's reframe this. Oops. Oh, it's because I didn't start from my home position. I'm going to have to get used to that. There we go. If I just start from my home position and frame it. No, I don't want you to be there. I want you to be up over here somewhere. There we go. And let's do a... There we go. A little bit over this way. There we go. Okay, so let's do that. So make sure. Okay, I'm not going to burn my desk. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to go under here and I'm going to do, let's do 3 passes and just see what it does. Perfect. Okay, ready for some smoke. Whoops. Helps if I show you the screen. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we're getting a little smelly. Oh, okay, a little bit smelly. And there we go. So you can see the difference in 1 pass on the left and 3 passes on the right. Now I can accomplish the same, and it's denting. Oh yeah, it's denting the wood a fair bit. I can feel we're probably a 0.5 millimeter indented on that versus this other one, which is just a very mild indent. I could accomplish the same darkness by upping my power or slowing it down with one pass. So yeah, so the laser works. I think the focus is, again, the focus is a hassle because you have to, right now the focus is a hassle because you have to undo this bolt here, undo the bolt on the side, and basically eyeball the focus. Now, what I could do is, now that I know this is focused to the surface of this wood, I could measure the distance between the bottom of the protective screen and the wood and make myself a little block. So I know, boom, that's my focus distance. But I want to confirm that that is the best focus distance for hitting this. But it does look fairly sharp. I mean, it does look like it did a decent job there. So yeah, there we go. So it works. It went together. What I need to do is I've got to hook up my exhaust. So I want to build an enclosure because I have the capabilities of doing that at my real job. So I have this guy, which is a 230 cubic foot per minute, so 230 CFM exhaust with a speed control. Okay, and it's your standard 4-inch piping. So I want to build a little enclosure for this guy. There goes my speed control. There we go. I want to build a little enclosure for this for the laser, and for my other one. What's my other one? I forget the name of my other one. It's been so long since I've used it. It's the what's the brand of the other one? Anyways, doesn't matter. I kind of like this one because I like the protective shield that gives you that little bit of extra protection on the bottom here, so that if, and it should never happen, but if by chance somebody were to walk into the room, this is at least going to give a little bit of protection from the light, from the laser. If they happen to walk into a room and you say stop or whatever, it's going to give that little bit of extra protection. I like this because it's a fixed focus. The other laser I have in my garage right now is you have to actually go down and turn the thing to focus it. Extra strong gravity in my basement again. Every time, right, Mike? Every stream I drop something. So anyways, so I'm going to build an enclosure, and that way, and exhaust this out to the window, which is just up to my left here. That's maybe a project for the summer. Well, it is a project for the summer because I do want to do, I want to start, through my other business, I want to start selling some laser engraving because we get a lot of requests for different things to be laser engraved. I have to try, and I think this would stink, but they gave me some acrylic samples. So I've never engraved on acrylic. I don't know what to expect engraving on acrylic. So we'll see. But that's obviously got a plastic layer on it. Maybe it doesn't. But I want to see what engraving on acrylic does. So I got a bunch of little like keychain samples and a big black piece here to try. So, and I can get acrylic through my business readily, so not a big deal. So we're going to try that. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at for that. So we're going to get this guy hooked up in the summer, get an enclosure made. Let me put this back. So far I can say with this, so this is the Atomstack A5. Went together quite simple, real easy. I don't have any real issues with it. The cable management was nice. I love the fact, let me get this camera so you can see as I'm talking, but I really like the fact that the Eccentric was pre-assembled. That's a bonus. It just saves a lot of setup time. I am going to design eventually. I may not do it right away because I got a lot of other things to do, but I am going to eventually design in Fusion 360 a lift system for this, so I can just have a knurled nut up top and I can just turn it and raise and lower this as I need to do that, because it's sure I can build this spacer. The spacer block is no problem, but then I just personally think it's a hassle to have to loosen these two things, boom, go to the spacer block, and then tighten these two things up again for each time I switch thicknesses of material. Oh, I love the smell of burning wood. Who doesn't?
So yeah, I'm going to design something like that for this. Let me power this off. It's kind of a loud fan in there. And let me get rid of this USB cable. So what I'll do is once I get that enclosure built, I will do a follow-up live stream, and we will, number one, we'll engrave something better, nicer, maybe an image or two, or try a couple different materials. And number three, we will, it'll sort of be a review of how well that fan I've got, that blower, works. So there we go. There's my USB extension cable. Comes in handy sometimes. Whew. Stinks down here. And always wear your safety glasses when you're doing this. I have a couple better pair. I bought a couple higher end pair in the garage, but these are better than nothing at all. And you never leave these things unattended, so I will be getting a spare smoke detector down here and a spare fire extinguisher to have if I'm going to be doing laser engraving down in this room. So yeah, there we go. That turned out really good. Oops, wrong camera again. There we go. That turned out decent. I mean, that's nothing. It's just a box and letter D, but it just shows me that it burns well and the laser's doing what it's supposed to. So that's the Atomstack A5 20 watt. It's output 5 watt output, which is pretty standard for these lower end lasers. Yeah, I'll definitely be doing more work on it as the weather warms up as well, because I've got the other laser. I'm trying to remember the brand of the other laser I have, and I'm having a brain fart moment here. So anyways, that is that. So, oh, my other print finished. Let me just grab it. I had to print another one of these pieces here. I printed one, and when I put the ball in, I cracked my threads. So I printed the threads this time at 100% infill, and they're much stronger. So I'm hoping when I force this ball into this gap, it doesn't crack the threads. I don't want to do it live. You went a bit laser nuts, did you, Bill? I like it, and I would have done a lot more, but I couldn't do it in the house for obvious reasons. And out in my garage, our winters here are very, very cold. So obvious reasons I didn't laser much in the winter. I did a small job that I was asked to do in I think February or something, but we had a couple mild days. I just put a coat on. We have an infrared heater in there, and I just toughed it out. Did a quick burn job in February, but it's not fun standing out there in the cold watching a laser go. So you're banished to the basement. Do it live. You won't laugh if it breaks. Okay, well, let me remove, there's support in the bottom here. Let me remove the support, which is real easy for what it's supporting, because it was supporting that little piece in there. Okay. Okay. It didn't break, but I got to pull it out again anyways, because I'm printing a new nut. I've got to put the nut on it. So let me, nope, didn't break. So 100% infill and the threads worked. So I'm printing a new nut. I'm printing a new nut because this nut, not this nut, this nut, I needed to be shorter and shallower, and I needed a longer ledge inside for holding this down. But basically what happens is this nut threads onto here, okay, and it holds the ball in place. But it wasn't holding it, it was flowing free. So I had to redesign the nut to allow for a larger lip inside to come pressure down on the ball. So good to know that changing the infill of this allows me to get that ball in there without, and you're going to say now, how do you get the ball in the nut? The ball in the nut. Well, I did that by threading the ball. If you're at the beginning of my stream, you saw that. And then this goes on here. Ball goes on here. And then this goes in here.
And then this guy is going to come down. Okay, you can see it in just a sec. This guy comes down, tightens on here. And the idea is that it's going to tighten the ball in a certain position, but it's not because I screwed up on the inside of this. But eventually it's going to do what it's supposed to do. So I am just printing a "We will so laugh at Chris Mink." Ha! Thanks, Mike. And then if I pull that back out, that works. No, so it makes a huge difference infill on the threads. First I thought just an extra perimeter, but I ended up doing infill. I have a special guest that wants to say something here, so come on, here. Okay, you ready? Here, come here. Get up on my lap. Here. Here we go. You got to look right into that camera right there and say your words.
Hit that like button and subscribe. Bye.
There we go. Thanks, Ethan. How can you resist that? If you're not subscribed to my channel and you don't subscribe now, shame on you. He is so cute. I love him so much. So, eat monsters. This is a Brent. This is it's a job I'm doing for a customer. It's a prototype of something. So I had to design it and basically make sure it's working. So, and trial and error for me too. So as I say, I'm going to reprint the nut when I'm done this stream, and then hopefully that's going to do everything. And I just dropped my ball again. There's that damn gravity again, Mike. Yeah. So, yeah. And I've actually gotten pretty decent at making threads in Fusion 360, and I've got my own way to do it, which I don't think is the proper way, but it works fine for me, right? So, and you know, obviously it works fine for me because all the threads I've designed go on great. And I've even got threads that I designed on my hot end models. I mean, nozzle threads, and then we have the heat break threads, which are working fine, and we have the coupler threads, which are working just fine. So beautiful. Anyways, there we go. It's been another successful, typical. Let me close Lightburn. I'm still choked up about Lightburn and their license. Where'd my mouse go? There's that screen. Screen 1, screen 2, screen 3. There we go. I don't need to save my little D square. That's another successful DeWitt. Doing it with DeWitt stream. Thank you everybody for hanging out. I bumped my head on the mic. I burnt my thumb before the stream. I dropped my balls twice. I attempted to crack my piece live, which I didn't, and you guys would have laughed anyways. Did you make smoke? We made smoke. You might have missed, but we just did a couple test burns. I don't want to burn too much in my basement, but we did a 1 pass and a 6 pass test burn just to make sure that the laser is actually going to fire. That's back when I had the wrong power, etc. So yeah, we did a few little test burns. I'm going to do more, but I can't for obvious reasons because I don't want the fire department coming out to the house tonight because the smoke detector smells smoke and yada yada yada. But it smells so good. Oh gosh. Anyways, I digress. We did good. Gravity always wins. Do I need a t-shirt like that, Mike? Should I make myself a t-shirt for when I'm on stream that says gravity always wins? Hashtag gravity always wins. I will. I've got a couple t-shirt ideas already that you guys have all given me. So time for a drink. Smoke water. So anyways, guys, listen, this has been great. I can turn that camera off. Camera off. So yes, so the Atomstack A5 20-watt laser, I'm happy with it so far. As I say, until I actually burn something, I'm good. And I based on this, it's gonna do a decent job. It's gonna just as good of a job as the one I have in my garage, which is what's that other brand of laser? They've come out with a few. They were sort of the first one. That was the first one I got into. I'm having a big brain fart, and I can't think of any names tonight. What is that other brand of laser? 20 watts in, 5 watts out. Exactly. Yeah. It's misleading. It's misleading marketing, right? And I know that a 20-watt laser is not giving you 20-watt output because that's stupid strong, right? A 5-watt output. I mean, for doing the type of stuff that I want to do, it's plenty. I'm not necessarily cutting. I'm burning onto various medias and woods. So if I want to do any cutting or anything heavier, I'll get myself a diode or a CO2 laser down the road. So I forget. Ortour. Thank you, Mike. Ortour. So my laser in the garage is an Ortour Laser Master Pro. Not the Laser Master Pro 2. It's just the Laser Master Pro. So it's the older one with the focusing lens you got to focus, which is really a hassle because really you've got to fire your laser at 5% or whatever, get under there. It's not going to burn your hands, but you still don't want to get your hands under any laser. And then you got to focus it each time depending on the thickness of wood. I like this Atomstack because it's a fixed focus. What I don't like about it is the fact you got to unscrew those screws and slide it up and screw the screws. So I'm going to design a system for it eventually, and that's it. But otherwise, I like it. It's built solid. It's pretty heavy. It doesn't have any safety features built into it like the Ortour Laser Master 2 Pro did, like fire detection and it probably, I haven't tested it, but I'm sure this does have. Oh, it did, because when I had my light on just to do a focus thing, I bumped it and it actually shut off. So it does have a bump detection in it. It's got the measurements, which is kind of, I don't know. It's got the measurements on the top. You show here. It's got the measurements on the top rail, measurements on the side rail. I don't necessarily see a need for those, especially if you burn yourself a board on the bottom with some grids and stuff on it. So at 1%, the Z1 10 watt will etch slate coasters. Got to be careful when setting the focus offset. The Z1 10 watt, is that a CO2 laser, old curmudgeon? 7.5 watt is the max output for any diode. Okay, so 5 watts is pretty good for burning, just for burning wood and doing stuff like that. Like I did I don't think I have it down here anymore. I have a cutting board. I've done a few cutting boards for some people on the Ortour Laser Master Pro, and it's been fine. It works. It works perfectly fine. You just have to be very well ventilated. Comgrow diode laser. Okay, yeah, I may look into a diode for my office for my other job, because we can sell laser engraving and laser cutting definitely, because I source a lot of that out. So. Especially for dimensional letters, et cetera, et cetera. So we may get into that eventually down the road if things pick up. So, but here we're 2 hours in. We've completed another successful DeWitt, doing it with DeWitt 3D stream. As I said, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for all the likes, and if you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate if you do. And listen. Stay tuned next week. We'll work some more on this guy if I can get the enclosure built by then. I don't know if it'll happen before next week, but we'll see. But I'm glad I finally got a chance to unbox this. I'm very happy with it. It's really sharp looking, and it's they did a decent job. They did a decent job from having the Eccentric all pre-built, and everything's working, and the wiring is not too bad. They've got some nice sheathing on the wiring, and yeah, so all I can say is I like it so far, but we got to see how it's going to perform. So looks are one thing, performance is another. So let's go. No, it doesn't work here. we're on YouTube, we're not on Twitch. So listen, thank you everybody for hanging out. We're gonna see you guys the next time, and that's it for this edition of DeWitt on doing it with DeWitt on Sunday. And we'll see you guys next Sunday on the same time, same channel. And we'll catch you guys through the streams. I'll be doing some more live streaming of Fusion 360, because this week I plan to model up a E3D V6 nozzle model as well. So yeah, so I'm gonna do this completely live from scratch. So don't know when I'm gonna start it, but it'll be this week sometime. Probably be later in the evenings, like from 8 o'clock, 8:30 on, for a couple hours each evening. Could be some of the afternoons, depending on how things go at the office this week. So stay tuned for this. This is happening because this is a really cool challenge for me. So after what I've done with the other ones. So everybody, I'm just going to see who's doing last minute chats. Print came out good, Ben. This is the, I'll show you real quick, Ben. This came out really nice. If we unscrew this, so because we did 100% infill from here up and 100% infill in the threads in the ball, and I screw that on, it's great and it's strong and it fits into my piece really well. I just have to redo the nut. I made a mistake in the nut and I've got to redo the nut. So came out great. Oh, and I had to reprint that piece because I had to put a stronger infill in that because when I pushed the ball in, it cracked my threads. So that's it. Okay, guys. Thank you guys for being here, and we're going to see you guys all through the week next week, and we'll see you guys next Sunday for whatever I happen to want to do. So thanks, guys. Have a wonderful week, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye for now.